When we're creating this crankshaft adapter drawing, which you see here, I'd like to take a look at how to make these V-grooves here in the flange. So here they are in the drawing, here they are in the assignment picture. And what we're talking about is, I'm going to open a thing from next term's machine elements class. What we're talking about is V-grooves that V-belts would run through. You know how in a car there are V-belts driving the fan and the water pump? It's like that. So this is what they look like. I'll close this now. And so let's think about how to draw those. I have started laying out a rough blank here of this section view. So you can see I don't have the holes in there yet. I don't have much detail in there yet. And I want to get started on making these grooves. So slowing down, I need to look at the dimensions and see what I can find that's related to the grooves. Some of it might be down here. No, it's not. The only thing down here was the 1.5 inches wide, and I've already made that 1.5 inches wide. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, up here in the detail, there's the depth of the thing and the angles. And here in the regular section view, there are the locations of the centers of these grooves. Okay, let's see what we can do. First, I think I'll lay in a construction line for the bottom of these grooves. And this says it's 0.484 deep. All right then. O for offset, 0.484. Enter. And I will offset down here. All right, there's my temporary line. Now what? I think the next thing I should do is figure out where the centers of these grooves are. So one of them, the first one, is 0.44 in from the edge. O for offset, 0.44, enter. Select the line, side to offset. Okay, there's the first one. The second groove is 5/8 in from that, 0.62 in from that. 5/8 is actually 625. They rounded off. O for offset, 0.62. Enter. Click. So there's the center line of the second one. All right, so what? Let's zoom in a little bit so we don't get too confused. Maybe, I don't know how far to zoom in. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Okay. Now, I've got to draw these angles. Oh, wait, but where do I start? The first one here, let me see. What do we got? Oh, this is tough. These are 0.504 wide at the top. How wide are they at the bottom? Who knows? Well, that's okay. We don't know where to start them, but we did locate the center lines, and we know that they're 0.504 wide. Okay, what's half of 0.504? 504 divided by 2 is 0.252. Let me just write that. .504 divided by 2 is 0.252. Okay. So I'm going to offset one of these. I'll just make one. O for offset, 0.252. And I'll offset this guy off to the left side. Click on the line off to the right side. Okay. Now I want to make a groove in here. What am I going to do? It says the angle is 38 degrees. Okay, well, what if I do a line, click, and I don't care what length it is right now, so I will tab over and I'll tell it, now watch out here, 38 degrees is the full angle between both sloping sides. Let me say something here. So each one of those is going to be 19 degrees off of the center line. What am I talking about? 38 degrees divided by 2 is 19 degrees. So I need an angle of 19 degrees. Okay, so let me just come down here and go 19. Uh-oh, something is wrong. So that's 19 off of horizontal. I want it 19 off of vertical. What do I do? Well, let's see. There are several things I could do. One, I could say, okay, oops, 90, a 90-degree angle minus a 19-degree angle is going to give us 61. So I could draw an angle of 61 degrees. Let me try that. Line, and I have my dynamic input thingy on attached to my cursor. So I'm going to tab over and go 61. How's that? That doesn't look good. That doesn't look right, does it? It's not going to intersect the thing right here. Okay, maybe I calculated wrong. But maybe, you know what I do? I just say, all right, I'm going to just draw a vertical line. I'm going to draw a vertical line right here at the edge, and I'm going right over the top of my layout line there, and I'm just going to rotate that thing. I can't see it, but that's okay. Watch this. Rotate, I like to type these, RO for rotate, and when it selects objects, I could use my window and just put a window around this to select it, or I could type L for last. The last thing I drew is what I want to select. Okay, one object found. Okay, enter to accept that, and select base point. I'm going to select a base point right here. That's my pivot point. How far do I want to rotate it? I want to rotate it 19 degrees. And it's going to be a positive 19 because I'm swinging counterclockwise. Oh, looky there. How about that? That, comparing with the picture, that looks right. Now I'm going to extend. There's the extend command. Or I could type EX. I'm going to extend that line down to my construction line I drew. Now I'm going to mirror command. I'm going to mirror that line, and I'll go L for last again, and I'll use this as a mirror line. Yay! Now I'm going to trim, and oops, sorry, I've got the wrong thing set here. Trim, the cutting edges are going to be those two, and I'm going to trim. There, I've got a nice groove. I'm going to erase these two lines because they're confusing me. And now let me just copy this thing here over to here. Yay! Looky there. I'll erase those. And one more thing, I'm going to trim out from inside those grooves. Okay, now I want to make a detail up here. And do I have to draw this whole thing again? Criminy, I just went through an ordeal. Do I want to do that again? No, I don't have to. What I can do is, let's see, let me make it a little bit more zoomed out here. I can just make a copy. And I'm going to use a right crossing window. So I started the copy command, select objects, right crossing window. I'm going to click out here in the right of the part, and then drag, and then click again on the left side, enter. And now I've got these lines up here. Now, this line and this line are too long, but that's okay. How big do you suppose I want my thing? If I were going to, I could even say, all right, how big is if you're going to make an elliptical, oh rats, if you're going to make an elliptical cutting plane thing here, and I'm going to copy this up to here just to see where am I. Okay, now I can trim those lines so they just match where my cutting plane line is going to be down here. Oh, I'm feeling so smug. Erase. Now, this is just a temporary thing. This ellipse that I made was on the object layer, and of course I want it on the cutting plane layer, so I'm going to have to move it and fix it. But that gave me an idea of where I want to go. Look at that. Now, this detail could be lined up over the section view as these people have done. Or what did I do over here? Here, I put it off to the side. You can put it either place. But now you're all ready to dimension. And by the way, when you now dimension, you know what? I forgot to go in and check my dimension style, so this may look stupid. Sorry. Hopefully it's okay. What am I talking about? If you now put a dimension on one of these grooves, looky there. They are 38 degrees, just like we wanted them to be. So there we go. There's the start of making your V grooves for your shiv.